The train station in Albany, New York, was louder than Daniel Carter remembered. Steam hissed into the cold autumn air. Soldiers embraced their families, and announcements echoed off the high wooden ceiling. Yet for Daniel, everything felt strangely distant, as if the world were moving behind a sheet of glass. He had left this station 2 years earlier as an eager 19-year-old, wearing a uniform that still felt new and oversized. Now at 21 he stepped onto the platform carrying a duffel bag that seemed far lighter than the memories inside his mind. No band played for him. No crowd waited. Only his younger sister Emily stood near the benches, clutching a folded newspaper and searching every face that passed. When she finally saw him, she didn't run. She simply walked forward slowly, as if afraid he might disappear. "Danny?" she whispered. He nodded once. Then she hugged him tightly, so tightly it felt like she was holding together every broken piece the war had left behind. Months earlier, Daniel had been thousands of miles away in the forests near the German border. Winter clung to the ground, and every breath turned to frost in the air. His infantry unit had been ordered to hold a narrow road through the trees, nothing more than mud, snow, and silence. Silence was the worst part, because silence never lasted. "Think we'll be home by summer?" asked Private Morales one night, rubbing his hands beside a weak fire hidden beneath a metal sheet. Daniel shrugged. "Yeah, summer sounds nice." Neither of them believed it, but hope, even false hope, kept men warm. The attack came before dawn. Artillery thunder shattered the forest. Trees splintered. Snow exploded into the air like white smoke. Daniel dropped behind a frozen embankment as bullets sliced through branches overhead. "Hold the line," their sergeant shouted. Time stopped meaning anything. Minutes stretched into forever. Fear became routine. At one point, Morales fell beside him, wounded in the leg, breath shaking. "Don't let them leave me," he said. Daniel gripped his shoulder. "You're going home. I promise." Promises were dangerous in war, but Daniel made one anyway. Through smoke and gunfire, he dragged Morales across open ground toward a medic's position. Every step felt impossible. Every second felt stolen. Yet somehow, they made it. Morales survived. And Daniel learned something no training manual could teach. Courage wasn't charging forward without fear. It was refusing to abandon someone when fear begged you to run. By spring of 1945, the fighting began to fade. Rumors of the war ending spread faster than official orders. One quiet morning, the guns simply stopped. No celebration. No music. Just silence returning to a place that had forgotten what silence meant. Daniel stood in that stillness, unsure how to feel. Relief mixed with grief. Victory mixed with exhaustion. Mostly he felt empty, because peace meant going home. And home meant remembering everyone who couldn't. Now, standing again in the Albany station, he noticed small things he had once ignored. The warmth of sunlight through dusty windows. The smell of fresh bread from a nearby cafe. The simple sound of people living ordinary lives. Emily pulled back and studied his face. "You look older," she said softly. "I feel older," he answered. They walked outside together. Autumn leaves drifted along the street, bright and careless. Cars passed. Someone laughed in the distance. The world had continued turning without him. For a moment, Daniel wondered where he fit inside it now. "Mom's waiting," Emily said. "She made your favorite dinner." He smiled faintly. That sounded like something worth walking toward. That evening, after the house grew quiet, Daniel stepped onto the porch alone. The sky above New York was clear, scattered with calm, steady stars, nothing like the burning skies of war. He breathed in slowly. For the first time in years, no one was shooting. No one was shouting. No one was dying. Just wind in the trees and the quiet sound of being alive. He realized then that history might remember generals, battles, and victories, But the real weight of war lived elsewhere, in ordinary soldiers who carried memories home, in families who waited, in silent promises kept under fire. Quiet heroes. The kind who asked for nothing. The kind who simply endured. Daniel looked up at the stars a long time before going inside. Tomorrow would be ordinary. And after everything he had seen, ordinary felt like the greatest gift in the world.